There is a $1 powder available at every grocery store in America right now that kills every single termite in your home permanently, not slows them down, not repels them for a season, permanently eliminates the entire colony down to the queen. The United States Department of Agriculture tested this compound in 1943 at a classified facility in Beltsville, Maryland. The results were so effective that the commercial pest control industry spent the next 80 years making sure this powder never once appeared in a mainstream hardware store under its real name. Exterminators charge $3,000 to $8,000 for a full termite treatment. The active ingredient in most of those treatments costs $1. This is the story of Borax, the termite killer that the pest industry buried and the military never forgot. To understand why this powder works, you need to go back 4,000 years to ancient Egypt. Egyptian builders constructing the great temple complexes at Karnak noticed something remarkable. Timber beams soaked in mineral-rich water from certain desert lakes never developed insect damage. While untreated beams crumbled within decades from termite activity, the mineral-soaked wood stood completely intact for centuries. Those desert lakes were naturally saturated with sodium tetraborate, the same compound we call borax today. By the 12th century, European timber framers in the Great Cathedral building era had developed their own version of this knowledge. Flemish craftsmen in Belgium mixed white mineral powder from alpine deposits into their wood treatment solutions before installing roof timbers. Cathedral maintenance records from Notre Dame de Paris, dating back to 1163, reference mineral preservation treatments applied to interior wooden structures. Those same timbers stood for over 800 years without insect damage until the 2019 fire. In 19th century America, frontier homesteaders in the American Southwest discovered that buildings constructed near borax deposits in the Mojave Desert never suffered termite infestations. The mineral dust settled on exposed wood surfaces and created a natural barrier that no insect colony could survive. By 1872, Pacific Coast Borax Company was mining massive deposits at Death Valley, California. Local ranchers began using the mining runoff water to treat fence posts and barn timbers. The results were documented in agricultural extension reports from California and Nevada throughout the 1880s and 1890s. Here is exactly why borax kills termites at the molecular level, and why the pest control industry desperately needs you to never understand this chemistry. Termites are social insects that rely on a shared digestive system to survive. Worker termites consume wood and then feed other colony members through a process called trophallaxis, direct mouth-to-mouth feeding throughout the entire colony. This biological behavior is the exact vulnerability that borax exploits with devastating efficiency. When a termite walks across a surface treated with borax powder, the microscopic particles attach to its exoskeleton and legs. The termite cannot feel this happening. When the termite returns to the colony and engages in normal feeding behavior, those borax particles transfer directly to every termite it contacts. The borax enters the digestive system and interferes with the termite's ability to extract nutrition from cellulose. The termite continues eating but slowly starves because it can no longer metabolize food. More critically, the borax disrupts the production of protozoa in the termite gut, the microorganisms that allow the entire species to digest wood at all. Without those protozoa, the entire colony loses the ability to process nutrition within 7 to 14 days. The queen dies last, and when the queen dies, the colony does not recover, ever. This is not a surface treatment that wears off in a season. This is a biological elimination of the entire colony from the inside out. In 1943, the United States military conducted classified testing at Aberdeen Proving Ground on structural preservation compounds for military buildings in tropical Pacific theater locations. Termite damage to wooden military structures in the Pacific Islands was costing the War Department millions in repairs and compromising strategic installations. Researchers tested 47 different compounds on timber samples under accelerated tropical conditions. Borax-treated samples showed complete termite elimination within 21 days, zero structural damage after 18 months of continuous tropical exposure. After the war ended, the American pest control industry faced a critical business decision. Companies like Termites, Orkin, and their predecessors had built entire service models around recurring quarterly treatments. A $1 permanent solution applied once by any homeowner was not an opportunity. It was an extinction-level threat to their business model. Consider these numbers carefully. The American pest control industry generates $26 billion in annual revenue. Termite treatments alone account for roughly $5 billion of that total every single year. The average American homeowner pays between $3,000 and $8,000 for a professional termite treatment. That same treatment is repeated every 3 to 5 years. Over the lifetime of a home, the average American family spends between $15,000 and $40,000 on termite control services. A $1 permanent solution destroys every single dollar of that revenue stream. So the industry did what it always does. They repackaged borax under proprietary chemical names. They lobbied for licensing requirements that made DIY structural pest treatment technically discouraged. They built marketing campaigns around fear, showing homeowners collapsing floors and destroyed foundations to ensure that calling a professional felt like the only responsible choice. The commercial termite treatment products sold by pest control companies contain borat compounds, borax derivatives, as their primary active ingredient. The professional application product Timbor, used by licensed exterminators, is 98% disodium octaborate tetrahydrate. That is borax. They charge $3,000 to apply $1 worth of powder with a professional spray gun. Here is exactly what to buy and exactly what to do. Go to any Walmart, Target, grocery store, or order online. Purchase 20 Mule Team Borax powder. A standard 65-ounce box costs between $4 and $6 and treats an entire average-sized home. This is the same sodium tetraborate compound the military tested, the same mineral Egyptian builders used, the same chemistry that pest control companies repackage and sell for thousands of dollars. Visual, mixing solution. Solution number 1, liquid spray treatment. Mix 1 tablespoon of borax powder into 8 ounces of warm water. Stir until completely dissolved. The solution should be completely clear. Pour into a standard spray bottle. This is your primary termite elimination solution. Visual, applying to wood. Spray this solution directly onto any wood surface where you see termite activity, mud tubes, or damaged wood. Apply until the wood surface is thoroughly saturated. The solution soaks into the wood grain and deposits borax crystals deep inside the cellulose structure. As termites consume the treated wood, they ingest the borax. They carry it back to the colony on their bodies. The elimination process begins within 24 hours. Solution number 2, dry powder treatment. For preventive treatment on exposed wood beams, floor joists, wall studs, and crawlspace timbers, apply dry borax powder directly to wood surfaces using a brush or powder duster. Work the powder into any cracks, joints, and connecting points between wood members. These are the primary entry and travel points for termite colonies. Solution number 3, borat wood soak. For severe infestations in wood that can be accessed directly, mix 4 tablespoons of borax into 1 gallon of warm water. Apply repeatedly to the same wood surfaces over 3 consecutive days. This deep saturation treatment penetrates far enough into damaged wood to reach termites living inside galleries deep within the timber. Visual timeline graphic. Timeline expectations. Within 24 to 48 hours, worker termites begin ingesting treated material. Within 7 days, colony feeding activity noticeably decreases. Within 14 to 21 days, the colony population collapses as the queen loses her worker support system. Within 30 days, full colony elimination is complete in most residential infestations. For preventive application on untreated wood, apply once. The borax penetrates the wood fiber and remains active indefinitely. It does not evaporate. It does not break down from sunlight or temperature changes. It does not wash out from normal indoor humidity. One application on protected structural wood lasts the lifetime of the building. Every civilization that built with wood eventually discovered this mineral independently. Egyptian temple builders found it in desert lake deposits. Medieval cathedral craftsmen found it in alpine mineral springs. American frontier homesteaders found it in Death Valley runoff. Your great-grandparents found it in the laundry aisle under the name 20 Mule Team. $26 billion in annual pest control revenue depends on you believing that termite elimination requires a licensed professional with specialized equipment and proprietary chemicals. $5 billion in yearly termite treatment invoices depends on you never once reading the active ingredient label on the product they spray in your crawl space. The chemistry has not changed. The mineral has not changed. The only thing that changed is who controls the information and who collects the invoice. One box, $6. Permanent elimination. The same solution that has protected wood structures for 4,000 years is sitting on the laundry detergent shelf at your local Walmart right now, waiting for you to remember what the pest control industry spent 80 years trying to make you forget. If this video saved you $3,000 today, hit subscribe and share this with every homeowner you know. Every share puts this information in front of someone who needs it before they write that check to the exterminator. The next vault opens soon, and what is buried inside will make your insurance company very uncomfortable.